It's time for Minerals with the Vugcast, starring your host, Justin Zizix. This week on the Vugcast, collecting salt in Trona, California. This week in Minerals, and here's your host, Justin Zizix.
Hey, that's me. Hello and welcome to the Vugcast, brought to you live on October 13th of 2009. Engineer Brandy and I are still recovering from our annual trip to the Trona gem-o-rama at the Cyril's Lake. And hey, Brandy, we had a lot of fun collecting halite this year, me and you by ourselves.
Yeah, it was just us. Usually it's never just us.
Never, ever just us. So that was rather interesting. I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so I went and I pulled the footage that I shot of collecting halite in 2006, a blast from the past. We actually had a bit of a crew to work with. And so I got that out and I edited a little snippet together and I wanted to share that with you. But first, it's time for This Week in Minerals. Woo! Brought to you by mineralauctions.com, your source for great minerals available at low starting prices. Check out mineralauctions.com and their great weekly auctions. Can't ever say enough great things about mineralauctions.com. I love that site. Good stuff. Alright, so hey, this week in Minerals we're going to talk about Facebook again. And why are we going to talk about Facebook again? Yeah, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but here's the thing. Facebook, I've noticed so many of my rock hounding friends posting pictures of their mining exploits and their finds straight from the trip. Now with Bluetooths and curves and pre's and iPhones, everybody is going mineral collecting, taking pictures at the spots, and then updating Facebook immediately. And I know this because I am super guilty of doing it myself. So, for instance, here is our friend Rick Kennedy from Earth's Treasures posting pictures of his trip to the Owens Valley River area. Is it Owens Valley River or Owens River? I'm not sure. So anyway, yeah, check out these garnets that he collected at the Coyote Front Range. And hey Rick, I thought we had plans to go collect these together. Call me. And he also had a great time collecting chrysocolla at the Reward Mine, a place I have yet to go myself. And hey, Adam Sotomayor is always posting pictures from his finds from Colorado, like this picture of the young Mr. Sotomayor holding a big gigantic plate of smoky quartz and fluorite feldspar from the bank pocket, and several other like his finds of wolfenites from Nevada, and this mind-blowing onagite. Yeah, I used the word onagite. Quartz included by goethite from his claim up there. This specimen is ridiculous, and you're not going to see photos of this thing anywhere else except for on Adam Sotomayor's Facebook account. So here's the deal. Go to Facebook. If you're not a member already, sign up for an account and join one of the many groups about rock hounding, and then you might have a chance to see new finds from some of the rock hounds that are on there actively mining. For instance, did you know that you can be a friend of the Vug on Facebook? So, anyway, go on Facebook and sign up for an account because, hey, good stuff. And the next thing is that this week in Minerals, the Trona show was this weekend, and wow, I didn't go on Saturday. That's when they have two of the digs, and one of them was the blowhole dig, where that's what I love. I love to go there and find the sulfur halite crystals. Most years, people are lucky if they find 5. I usually find 100. This year, people were unlucky if they found under 100. They were plentiful. They were huge. They were on Matrix. They were mind-blowing. It was ridiculous. I'll move on to the next subject. I'm just really sad I missed Saturday at the Trona show because it was really good. Alright, so anyway, see this website address above my head? That is from Robin Hawk and her website, Fly on the Wall. It's flyviewsandreviews.blogspot.com. and she is doing a great job of going and collecting the news from the mineral shows and from the events happening, and she's doing a great job promoting Nevada Book and Mineral. Yes, Nevada Book and Mineral, formerly from Nevada. They've made the trip to Southern California, and now they have set up shop in the city of Orange in California, which is in Orange County. And I always think it's really confusing when I say that town name because they're in Orange, California. You know, it just sounds weird. Anyway, city of Orange in California, just a short distance from Costa Mesa and the John Wayne Airport and all that fun stuff. And I went to the shop myself just a few days ago, and it is fantastic. Walt has done a great job putting that shop together, and so if you're in Southern California, definitely take a moment to check out Nevada Book and Minerals. And what Robin was doing was she was there for a author signing, and they're doing quite a few of these author signings at Nevada Book and Minerals. So definitely stay tuned to find out more about different signings and fun events happening at Nevada Book and Mineral. And since they're so close to us, I'm sure we'll be taking a tour of their facilities shortly here on the podcast. So, alright. It was great to take some time out and go to the Trona show this weekend, even though we're swamped with work here, in addition to getting the Vlogcast ready every week, and the Munich issue that's coming out shortly. We just finished putting this one together last month, and yeah, well, it doesn't matter. We just finished doing this last month. Engineer Brandy was telling me about some technical difficulties, and guess what? With Webcam Max on this program, we always have technical difficulties. We're still trying to figure out the best way to do this Vlogcast here, but anyway, we just finished putting out this magazine for the Denver show, and had turn around and start working on the Munich show show catalog automatically. So, oh, that was quite something. Anyway, we had a lot of fun at the Trona show, catching up with our old friends, Tom and Steve Wolf and Dana Gokenhauer, and just so many people. Marcus Ruglieri and Bill Sheldon was there, and Jay Hayes, Mr. Seibel, and hey, all the fun people were there this year. So I'm glad that Brandy and I took the Sunday and drove up there at 2 in the morning to get there and park in line by 6 and try and get an hour of sleep before everything starts at 7. So anyway, here's the thing. At the Salt Dig on Sundays at the Trona show, all the newbies are very confused as to what's going on. And so I'm going to show you this video right now, and this is going to tell you a little bit of what to expect if you ever get the chance to come out to Southern California on the second weekend in October and want to go to the Trona gem-o-rama, which I highly suggest. Here's a video that's going to show you all about it. So, alright, so here's how it works. You buy your tickets in advance, and you buy your ticket for the whole car load. So you pay $15 and the whole car gets to go, no matter how many people are in the car. So this is all lined up, and the first line of people are snaking out of the parking lot, and then we're in the second line. We'd like to try and be there early and get into line somewhat early, and if you show up there at like 6 in the morning, you can get into the second row, second or third row. You know, don't try and get there past 7:30 if you want to get into the first rows of the thing. So, all right, so highly anticipating the dig and everything, getting ready. We're snaking out of the parking lot, and we're definitely, anticipation is running at an all-time high right at this moment. Wow, it's going really slow. Yeah. Going very slow down the road. So, anyway, drive through town from the parking lot to, hey.
It's loading.
Oh, okay.
Now it's going to speed up again.
Yay, we're speeding up again. Alright, so anyway. not much to tell you about this part. I mean, we're just driving through the dry lake bed, but that's the thing. It's kind of like a little bit of a race to get there. It's not like we can go any faster than the car in front of us, or the car that's in front of that one, or such. But I mean, it's just, this is the longest car ride ever, because we're just chomping at the bit to get to those salt pools. Because, hey, the salt from Cyril's Lake is some majorly pretty stuff. Bright pink and nice hoppered crystals.
As you'll soon see.
Yes, you will, someday in the near future. But, okay, so, as we make our way into it now, the race is on to get to the parking lot, and then we're going to park, and then, see, this is why everybody's kind of amped about it. Well, when you get to the lake beds, what you're looking for is you're looking for the best pool that you can find to collect the crystals. And once you find a pool, then it's kind of like finders keepers, losers weepers. You're staking your own little claim, so you're going to find like the pool to work. And once you find the pool, then
Then it's about guarding and protecting your pool.
Roof, roof, roof.
That's right.
So that's that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's fun stuff. The Saturday trips are the mud dig, which was featured on the cable program Dirty Jobs, and the blowhole dig. And the first year you might want to do the mud dig just for fun, but we kind of skip it because it's not exactly our cup of tea. It's a little too, what's that word, muddy. Yeah.
It's too muddy, and it isn't really worth it. I mean, what are you going to do with the mud digs? A bunch of hang sites. I mean,
yeah,
after you've done it once,
right,
there's not really much of a purpose.
It's so gross and it stinks. And
well, I mean, the mud, and you have to wash that mud off. You have to have washing stations ready.
And well, you know what the real thing that stinks about it is you have to use the brine water to wash all
the mud
the stuff
itself
off.
is just,
Yeah, it's gross. Alright, so here we are at the parking lot, and now I got the camera in hand. I'm making a mad dash across the parking area to get over the road and into the brine pool area. Oh, look, a little bit of sound. You can turn it down a little bit if you want. And, anyway, you can hear that sound, that crunching. It's like tromping through shards of glass. You can hear the crystals like dropping off, tinkling down there. It's kind of funny. So anyway, you go running across the dry lake bed. Well, not really dry. It's got pools of brine water. Delicious, bright red brine water. And this red coloration is what is that, algae?
It's
or brine.
Brine is just little like microorganisms, like brine shrimps.
Yeah, that's right. So it's the dead brine shrimps that are actually causing the
same things that make flamingos pink.
Pink flamingo salt. So anyway, we're running across this this bright white landscape in search for bright red halite like that. Except for we want our stuff to be crystallized. So just kind of looking around, and here's what you do. The key to it is the crystals form upside down in these pools on the ledges. So what I'm doing right now is I'm feeling around on the ledges and looking for crystals growing underneath. And so as I chip away at this, I'm trying to like pry up parts to kind of see if there are crystals growing underneath of it. This pool doesn't actually look very promising. It was just I wanted to see if the crystals were going to have really great color this year. I just wanted to see maybe if this pool might actually produce something. I don't think this one actually turned out very well.
They always got bigger the farther out we got anyway.
Yeah, this was the first
Hey, check this out.
the first real pool that I stopped at. And yeah, they do get bigger as you go further out. So a lot, like you see like the families with the kids, like they're right at the front. They're right at the lip of the pool, the digging area, and you see what they turn up. It's nothing worth taking home. You really gotta kind of go far out there, but that brings its own inherent problems because you have to carry the stuff back, and that's annoying. So yeah, here I am, picking away. And this brine water is great. It's so gnarly. It's so salty. Go figure. So what they do every year is they flood this entire area, and then by the summertime, the water has evaporated off the surface and deposited all the halite crystals on the underneath. And so after the gem-o-rama is done, then shortly afterwards, then they actually go about doing all the salt collecting. And so then they start harvesting all the salt from this area to use. Alright, so you can see there's some pieces that we had pried out. And here's a little bit of footage from when we were really into it. What it is you probably only really start getting into work about a half hour into it. A little bit of airing out on the video. What are you gonna do? And oh hey, look at how much my back's exposed there. It's always great because I'm bent over the entire time, and my shirt likes to do the sneak up on me, and then I get a nice big solid backside sunburn. So that happens every single year. It's always nice. Hey, why are we airing out? It's no one. Alright, well, anyway, here we are working as a team. I'm holding the spike. It's real critical that you have the right tools when you do the dig too, because if you don't have the right stuff, then it's really no fun. What you want to have is a long spike. That's like what do they call those? Digging bars. Is that what they're called? They're kind of like for fence. They're like for loosening up the ground around fence holes and stuff like that.
The post hole diggers. But
No, not post hole diggers, but they're like prying bars. Anyway, they're like the really long nail-shaped prying bars that you can find at any hardware store. And then what we do is we chop them in half, and so all we have is a shorter spike end to it. All right, so the shorter spike end, that's going into that's what we're using the hammer to slam into the areas. It's much easier to weld. See, with a short chisel, all you'd be doing is how do we get back here?
It didn't. You have a clip of it in
there.
there.
It is. Oh, weird.
You went in your edit.
Oh. Alright, so anyway, here we are working, and like I said, I'm running the spike, and I got someone else right next to me hammering, and then we use the spike to pry the pieces out, so it's kind of like loosening up that hard matrix and then prying the pieces out, and hopefully we pull out some nice pieces. Alright, so anyway, in this video we've got, that's actually Derek behind me. That's Derek from the eBay seller jackstraw922 at msn.com. That's his eBay handle. And yes, that's Derek right there. And along with me is, of course, Engineer Brandy and
That's right.
Jason Lawson.
I'm filming. Engineer Brandy's filming.
Engineer Brandy, she does it all.
Engineer Brandy's gonna shake her fist violently at webcam man.
That's right. Alright, so yeah, it's alright, here we go. Here's the great reveal. Here it is. This is what we've been waiting for. Pry, pry, pry. Junk, junk, junk. Alright, wait. Keep waiting. Oh, the other thing is that you see, like, we're pulling the specimens out and then putting them up on the surface because they need to dry out before we pack them away, because if they don't dry and you just start packing them into boxes, then they'll start falling apart readily. So
they have to cure in the sun. So and it's by the ones by like an hour or two into it. The ones that you're sitting on the sun.
Look at that! Look at that! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful halite cluster. That's good stuff, is it not?
And that's fresh.
Right.
Now, if you would go touching those crystals, they'd just fall right off.
Alright, so here's the inherent problem with going far out to find the really nice crystals, though. And that is all the stuff that you find has to be trucked back to the car.
And as you can see, we have Pooh and Angie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the year Angie was having.
Pooh and Angie making a trip back to the van.
No, I think that's Tweety. I
That
don't think
isn't-
Angie was. No,
Oh,
that
really?
was in
Oh.
the year with Angie.
Oh, is that
actually.
Tweety?
Yeah. Yep, that's Tweety.
Oh, so that's baseball cap, not hair pulled back?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tweety.
Alright, so that's Tweety and Pooh pulling back, carrying
Yeah.
back some of the specimens. But that's the thing, like, this area, it's like these hardcore ridges and obstacles you have to cross, and so you're carrying these heavy salt specimens back to the car.
Oh, that's right. And that was 2006. We didn't have the stretcher yet.
Yeah, and the next year we
That's
go
why.
with stretcher.
That's why it was with the plastic containers carrying them back. Oh, yeah. Every year you learn a new tip, a new technique. We saw the college students, the Caltech and Cal Poly students with stretchers carrying the big clusters back, and we were like, oh.
Smart idea.
Exactly.
Let us now steal that idea. What's up, Randy?
Hot.
Yeah.
I turned the volume down to keep help from the buffering.
Oh, that's nice. The buffering. And Brandy's smart. She wears rubber gloves. I'm a little too picky. I can't stand having the rubber gloves on because I like to feel around for the crystals. Unfortunately for me, that means that Brandy's hands are nice and pretty and mine are scarified from cutting my hands in the salt pools and then dipping my hands in the brine water to...
And the thing you gotta realize about this is salt and cuts. You really need to really think about this.
Oh, come on. It's good stuff. Alright, so this year, we were so nice. We were so nice this year, Brandy. All we did was we took 2 specimens for ourselves.
Yeah, that year we only took 2 specimens.
And then we let Derek and Pooh split up the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There I am with my wading boots.
That's right.
Still wearing the wading boots.
So like I said, you have 4 hours on the salt pool to do the collecting, and you really just gotta work really hard because it's gonna take you an hour to get everything wrapped up and back to the car, and it's gonna take you like a half hour to an hour to find like the pooled areas that you are gonna want to start working. So in all reality, you've got like 2 hours to really work. And by that time, like, stooping over and crawling around, like, my back, my legs are, like, dying by the end of that time. And swinging the 12-pound sledgehammer and working that spike, prying the specimens out. That's kind of a workout. And every single year, for, like, the next 3 or 4 days, we're just dead to the world. Am I right?
Yes, it's tiring. Plus, you're out in a very dry, very salty wasteland.
Yeah.
So you're like thirsty, but your hands are covered in salt, and you're opening up the bottles.
And then you open the bottle and you go to put it up to your lips, and the salt that's like crusted on your lips mixes in with the fresh water.
Right, it's definitely
good
a good experience.
Good stuff. And we've really, like, I remember, oh god, the one year that we did the Trona show, and then immediately had to run the Long Beach show.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
immediately
god,
followed.
I wore shorts, and that was like a huge problem. I didn't realize it because
That was the first year.
no, that was that was 2005. Yeah, I guess that was the first year. Okay,
First
so
year.
yeah, so I didn't realize wearing shorts not a good idea because the sun comes down, and you might think like, okay, I have a hat on, and what's going to be hit by the sun? No, the sun hits that white surface and then bounces back up.
So you
It
get like
redirects the sun
snow.
at you. Yeah, it's like snow. You get like the snow sunburn. And yeah, oh my gosh, the sunburns that I have gotten in Trona have been quite doozies. And couple that with the severe muscle pain and... Alright, maybe I'm just getting old and lazy. No, I mean, come on, I hike up mountains all the time. Trona kicks your butt. It does. It's hardcore. But it's so much fun. Alright, I know. It's time to wrap it up. I'm sure that you at home are tired of hearing me rap about Trona. But I guarantee you, if you have time and you are in the area or want to make a special trip, Trona is like the show and the field trips to go on. Of all of the like regional shows that have field trips in all of America, I think Trona is probably one of the most unique and definitely the most interesting and probably most profitable.
Ooh, profitable. Collecting minerals for
You can
fun
only
and
keep
profit.
a few salts for yourself. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the back room, our back room smells like fish.
Yeah, it does kind of make your house smell like the ocean for a couple months, but it's good stuff. All right, anyway, hey, thank you so much for tuning in to this Vlogcast and watching it, no matter if you watched it live on thevlog.com or on YouTube or on thevlogcast.com or on mineraltalkshow.com or on one of the links on thevlog.com or any way that you possibly came to us. That's great. I love it. So, thank you again for joining us this week on the Vlogcast. Make sure you tune in next week for another new, interesting edition of the Vlogcast. And, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week or sometime soon thereafter.
I can't.
The sound wasn't coming.